Hello, my name's Mark, also known as the Goat Man. I'm making a video response to Larry over the Wolf Pit for a subscription celebration. He's got over 500 subscribers now and he's having a little celebration. And this is going to be a video response. I'm going to make some chowder. He's got that on his site. And yesterday I bought half a bushel of oysters. And I'm going to shuck some up this morning. And I'm going to add a little bit of clams to it. So take some time, check out Larry's YouTube channel. He's got a lot of great videos over there. He makes some great chicken wing videos, some of them crazy recipes, but crazy in a good way, like strawberry shortcake chicken wings, peanut butter and jelly chicken wings. If you watch the videos, it really looks like it comes together good. So check out Larry over there, and I'm going to gather my ingredients up, and I'll be right back. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Okay, I got all my ingredients gathered up here. I've got some potatoes, probably about 2 cups of potatoes, 1 large diced onion, about 4 stalks of celery. I'm going to try a little bit of za'atar and shrimp and crab boil in there, just a tad. Salt and pepper, of course. A little bit of whole milk, a little bit of heavy cream. Some clam juice, a can of minced clams, bay leaves, parsley, butter, bacon. This is going to be New England chowder, so you got to have a little bit of bacon. Sometimes you use salt pork, and I'm going to use some bacon. And here's what I got left over from my half a bushel of oysters. Of course, we're going to save all that juice and use that in there too. And a little bit of butter, and let me get this bacon cut up, get it in the pan, and we'll see you in just a minute. Okay, we got my bacon in here. I'm going to start adding some vegetables. First I'm going to put a 1/4 stick of butter in there. We do get a lot of bacon fat in there, but it needs a little extra. Here's my onions. My celery. I wish I had a little bit of carrots. I forgot. I didn't have no carrots here at the house. I would like to add a little bit of carrots to it, but this will work here. I don't put a lot of stuff in my chowder. I like to keep it pretty simple. Chowder's not one of them dishes where you get carried away. It should be simple seasonings. We got a little black pepper, a little celery, a little parsley, a little sea salt, a couple bay leaves. We're going to saute these down here a little bit. Get this butter melted, and we're going to add a little bit of flour to it here once it gets sauteed down a little bit. Kind of make a little bit of a roux for a thickening agent. Let these saute down, get some flavors in them, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, celery and onions have been sauteing in the bacon fat and the butter. Something I forgot to mention was when you add your seasonings, salt and pepper, bay leaf, parsley, go easy on the salt, because you're going to have some salt from the bacon. You're going to have the natural saltness of the oysters and clams in the broth. So you want to be careful, kind of adjust that as you go along. Right now we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of flour, make a roux. And we'll probably cook this for about 4 or 5 minutes, get the flour taste out of it. But this is going to be what's going to thicken it. So we're going to cook this down for a little bit. You got to keep constantly stirring it. So you got to be cautious when you add that flour to it. But you'll be able to smell it when a slight nut smell it will have. You don't want to go too far though. But let's cook this down for 4 or 5 minutes. We'll add our broth and we won't be too far along. Okay, flour's been in there for about 4 minutes. I think we're ready to add the broth. This is the bottle of clam juice, the liquor left over from the oysters that I shucked this morning. A little bit of clam juice from the from the can of chopped clams I bought. Nice broth. Here's where a lot of your flavor is, right there. Now, of course, in order for this to thicken, it will have to come to a boil. What we're going to do, oh boy, you should smell it. It smells great. We're going to go ahead and add our potatoes, about 2 cups of potatoes. Add them in there so they get a chance to cook. I like to cook them right in the broth, because then they absorb some of that flavor. It's really starting to smell good. I'm going to cook this for about 15-20 minutes. Get these potatoes fork tender. I might have to add a touch of water. We're going to bring it to a boil and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, our potatoes are all cooked. You don't want them potatoes to get overcooked. Just soften them up some so they still hold together. You know, we're not making mashed potatoes. I forgot to mention something. I added a little Zatarain's shrimp and crab boil, just a capful, which is probably a teaspoon. I've never added this to chowder before, and I thought it might be a good addition. A lot of times I'll add a little bit of Worcester sauce, and instead of adding the Worcester sauce, I think that crab boil will give it a different flavor. I'm thinking it's going to be really good. I'm going to add a little bit of frozen corn, probably half a cup, maybe 3/4 a cup. I like corn in my chowder. And now it's going to, that corn was still frozen, so it's going to bring down the temperature, and I think that's a good time to add a little bit of cream and a little bit of milk. Some cream going in. Kind of a, you got to kind of look at it, just see how creamy or milky you like it. Whoa, it's getting noisy in the back. They're filling up the refrigerator. Just a little bit of milk. I put about a half a pint of cream, probably about the same in milk. And I think that's going to be just right. I'm going to let this come back up to temperature, and we'll add our oysters and our clams, and we'll be ready. It is smelling good. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we're ready now to add our oysters and clams. It's probably about 3 dozen little clams. I didn't chop them up or anything. They're probably chopped up a little bit because I'm not the world's greatest shucker. I'm only going to want to cook this maybe about 5 minutes. Just let them oysters kind of curl up along the edges. I already tried a little spoonful. It is good. There goes my clams. Just 1 little can of clams, chopped clams. It's for a little bit more flavor. We'll let this heat back up. Next time you see me, I'll be eating a bowl of it. It is smelling really good. Like I said, I had a little spoonful of it. Taste for any seasonings. I can taste that crab boil. Just a little bit in it. It is helping it. So, as you can probably hear, I have a little bit of a cold, so I think it's a real good day for some New England oyster and clam chowder. We'll be back with the final bit here. See you in a bit. It is good. It is real good. One of the best chowders I've made in a long time. And hot. Give this a try. It's really good. Once again, thank you for Larry from the Wolf Pit giving me the opportunity to share my video. And I think if you try this, you'll really like it. So like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a good day.